Horace brought his 2 iPads, and if you put them together, it actually shows the size of the new iPad Pro. 12.9 inch. It's huge.
Bit. Yeah, it's approximately 2 iPads. They actually show the old iPad turned on its side, and then you add quite a bit more to get the full size. And as a result, what you end up with is essentially dual screen capability. And so if you go into portrait mode like this, for example, you can simulate. As an analyst, we love this stuff. We have data here showing Apple versus Microsoft, and we would be able to do a side-by-side comparison, scrubbing through the years, being able to see changes in the behavior of the 2 companies. And that's just like going from a bathtub to a swimming pool. The way I see it, it's not, it's all containing water, but it's just so much more room.
John, do you think that the iPad Pro is enough to bring iPad sales back to life?
I think it's enough to move the needle a little bit. We were certainly expecting it. There was some foreshadowing around this with the announcement of iOS 9 and some of the capabilities that Horace is demonstrating right now. But not uncoincidentally, it's priced the exact same as the Surface Pro 3. And, really, this is the we're after the enterprise market here. According to Intel, there are about 1 billion PCs in the world that are poised to be refreshed, so it's a big market to kind of fight for. To me, I think the jury is out on whether there's enough here in this product, and certainly there's some innovation here, but whether there's enough to kind of cement it and really move the needle forward in a material way for Apple.
Now, there was a much retweeted quote from Steve Jobs in 2010 who said, if you see a stylus, they blew it. Is Steve Jobs turning in his grave right now?
Pretty much. I think this is a very consensus-driven move by a company which is becoming very mediocre in terms of marketing and not being very clear in where it needs to go.
Mediocre? Okay.
Yes,
Do either of you have a problem with that word?
Let me finish. Like, the stylus was the thing he marked for a reason, because iPad meant having a whole new set of gestures, interactions, and class of applications. They have actually swung back to being median and mediocre from that standpoint. Big screen or not, it doesn't make any difference. I think the stylus is a step back because it has added one more layer of cognitive overload to already complex device which is out there, the iPad.
I vehemently disagree. The difference between this pencil and the stylus is that the stylus was meant to act as a pointer, essentially replacing a mouse, and that is a fault, or in the sense of Steve Jobs saying this, they blew it. This device is actually a tactile object that actually conveys the senses of the hand onto the screen. And the difference is that it's never intended to be about addressing the screen. It's meant to actually allow you to draw. That's why it's called pencil, not stylus. So I think you can live your entire life without it, and have a great iPad experience.
If you press more lightly, it's a thin line. If you press more deeply, it's a bold line.
All semantics. Okay, I think I spent last 4 years learning a whole new set of gestures, interaction with the device, with the 3D touch. They're expecting me to learn more gestures, and then they bring in another device to add more complexity. I think from that standpoint, I'm maybe on the extreme end of it, but I do feel this is like a a great move from there.
I think, again, the market changes. The market evolves, right? Consumers are becoming more savvy, and I think this product catering to a diverse set of use cases, being that drawers and artists now have a tool with pencil precision, which if you try it, you're like, okay, this is actually really, really good. There is a market for that. Again, it's not everybody. You don't have to use it. My kids, my wife, my grandparents, people who love the iPad today and benefit from its capabilities, in no way, shape, or form have to use it. It's an option.
Right.
You don't have to use it.
There's touch, there is stylus, and there's a keyboard. Believe me, that's not the Steve Jobs way.
Okay, we're going to have to leave it there. Steve Jobs, though, did change his mind many times and quickly.